Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. But they face a second and long to start things out.
Thank you.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Play action. It's Darnold. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akella Witherspoon. And the return will stop right around the 25.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They begin the drive with Hines. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside.
Here we go. Two. Zebra, the lady. Hey, 22.
To throw on second down is Stafford. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And it's third down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
The lady. Give me radar. Zebra.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And now Edelman, a field position changer there, 49 yards on the punt. Couple that with a loss on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Lucky 56. Set. Gun, 19. Gun.
To throw on second down is Darnold. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here we go. Green, 39.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And the Raiders have got him. Mike Bennett in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. His first half struggles continue. He has yet to complete a pass. Hard to believe.
It is, because I don't see anything wrong with him physically. Maybe he's a little amped up to begin with. Would have thought he would have settled down by now. I think someone's got to get in his ear, got to be a psychologist a little bit, and get him back on track.
That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. He's going to air one out. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Oakland. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Chiefs now. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now, Barney!
They begin with Henry, and he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Lucky 56! Lucky 56!
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Off of play action, Darnold. He'll rifle this one deep right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this.
Now, Barney!
A give to Henry. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by a Akello Witherspoon. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Raiders on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7.
22. Set. Lady. 0.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Carry now for Derrick Henry. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment.
Darnold. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Michael Bennett in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Over.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're very deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this, until it becomes a game situation. Not quite the same in many cases.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Lucky 56.
Watch out.
Over.
They keep it with Henry on 1st down. Fighting through, and he's got space. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They go play action here on 1st down. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he coughed it up. And the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The final shot before the break, Stafford. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Goes underneath for Henry. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be third down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
The Chiefs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now it's Stafford. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw. Unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Edelman set to return. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now here comes Kansas City.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Man open left side. It's Williams. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Patriot! Patriot! Gone! 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 Gone!
5'9", Mike 5'9".
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Leopard! Leopard!
You got three down. No, off.
Watch you now, Barney! Barney!
Now a handoff to Henry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
You got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there. Check!
Over!
Again, it's Henry. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Back 99 Philly, here we go! Back 99 Philly, here we go! Watch you now, Barney! Barney!
They'll try and run for it with Henry. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Hey, we got 3 down. Watch 14.
He's going to get it running right. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Henry, and this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Butker able to put this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Open man is Pettis. It's complete.
Let's go now. Let's go.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate.
That's caught at the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They give him a gain of 37. On 1st and 10, Stafford. This throw caught right around the 6. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'd be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
Okay, we got 4. We got 4. Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.
So that'll back him up 5. Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal.
21.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Jaleel Scott, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are back within a score. And he moved left there, Charles. Little danger play. He didn't throw toward that left side, went over the middle. Got the 6, though.
Yeah, he seems like the type of guy that when you told him as a kid, don't touch the stove because it might be hot, he touched it anyway. And this one, he got away without getting burned.
Jackson now to return. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
Well, certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Darnold from the gun. And right side, Henry's got it. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Switch up, switch up.
Now it's Darnold. this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They run with Hines. They find some open field here. And a solid run down inside the 30. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
They run. This is Scarborough. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside.
All right, here we go, here we go.
Two tights. Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
Here's Hines. Down to the 25. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside.
Come on, come on.
Here we go, D.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
They'll look to throw. Man open, that's Damian Ratley. A gain of 19 on 3rd and 18, and that'll move the chains. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
He'll buy some time right, and he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Back to throw. Steps away to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback.
He takes it. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation. But to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Jackson now to return.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
He's back to throw. Being chased out left. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's fourth. Now on fourth down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
3 down, 3 down. Detroit! Detroit!
Fourth down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Raiders are going to win the football game. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, fourth down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Well, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game notification that our flight was